What?
I've learned an amazing new trick.
What sort of amazing new trick?
Watch.
Oh, hi! Yay! Good, isn't she? Yeah, Wiggy, we are amazed.
Oh, hi! I'm Wiggy, the amazing acrobat. Hey, Chris, that's made me think of a story.
Oh, that one! Yes, that was funny.
I'll start, because I remembered it first. Ready? Here goes then. It was a lovely warm day in Hairyland, and we were sitting in the big blue barrel at Chateau Shampoo.
Feeling really happy today, Wiggy.
Me too. Happy and hairy.
Suddenly, we heard a voice.
I know who that is. Minnie Ha Ha.
Minnie Ha Ha, she is so fantastic. Minnie Ha Ha, she is so gymnastic. Watch her go, go, stretchy as elastic.
Hopping, leaping,
Skipping, jumping,
careful, Minnie, mind the bumping.
Minnie, oh Minnie Ha Ha.
And Minnie had brought circus things. Clown wigs, stilts, juggling balls.
Because this was the day of the Happy Hairy Circus. But Boise was stuck inside Chateau Shampoo, where someone was telling him what to do. Can you guess who?
Boris Boo Hoo, what's he gonna do?
Boris was bossing Boise about.
You know, Boris always wants to be in charge.
Boise wasn't having much fun until, suddenly, this happened.
Minnie Ha Ha's juggling balls came flying through the window.
Oh, Boris was cross. Who was messing about out there? He went to find out.
Minnie told Boris she was going to start a happy hairy circus with clowns and jugglers and acrobats and everything. And she wanted everyone to join in.
Boris was about to tell Minnie that he was far too busy to play at circuses when Boise came outside juggling. He saw Minnie.
And you know what happens when Boise sees Minnie.
Minnie said Boris should be the clown in her circus. He was so funny.
Boris isn't going to like that one hairy bit.
No, he's so proud. He hates people laughing at him more than anything. And we were right. Boris was really cross. He, the great Boris Boo Hoo of Boo Hoo Shampoo, a clown?
So Minnie asked Boise if he would be her circus clown, and of course he said yes. So off they went.
Leaving Boris in a temper. Boris thought that Minnie Ha Ha knew nothing about circuses if she thought he should be a clown.
He would show her how to run a circus. He would run the best Boo Hoo circus in Hairyland. But for that, he needed a plan.
Needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs to plan a big surprise.
He needs to plan his next disguise.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be? The ringmaster.
What's a ringmaster?
He's the boss of the circus. He tells everyone what to do.
So Boris set off for the Ha Ha Hairy Garden, and we followed on our Papa Picky.
Follow me round Hairyland, round Hairyland.
I am Quick.
And I am Wiggy
With a hairy fairy band.
Minnie had set her happy hairy circus up in the garden.
And we flew in on our Papa Picky and landed in the bumblebee bush. At that moment, Boris arrived.
Minnie Ha Ha was really happy. Fancy a real ringmaster finding out about her circus.
Ha
He decided that the first act would be Pa Ha Ha on the rickety plank. They wished Pa lots of luck.
On he stepped. He wibbled and he wobbled and then he did this.
Oh, that's what I love about Pa Ha Ha. He can always laugh at himself. Then the ringmaster told them all to stop. Rickety plank walkers weren't supposed to be funny.
He told Pa to sit down. Minnie still wanted to do some juggling, but Boris said the ringmaster would decide.
Oh, neat.
And he decided that the next act would be Ma Ha Ha walking on stilts.
Come on, Ma, you can do it.
Shush, not so loud.
So Ma stood on the stilts. She wibbled and she wobbled and then she did this.
Boris was annoyed with them. Why couldn't they understand? Stilt walkers are not supposed to be funny.
Clowns are funny.
This was not turning out to be such a happy, hairy circus after all.
Then who do you think turned up? Nana and Chihuahua! This made everyone happy.
Everyone, that is, except Chihuahua. He knew that this wasn't a real ringmaster. He knew it was Boris Boo Hoo. Ma tried to calm Chihuahua down. Then the ringmaster had an idea. He decided that the next act was going to be Chihuahua jumping through a hoop.
Do you think Chihuahua can do it?
I'm sure he can do it, but will he do it?
And Chihuahua wouldn't do it.
So the ringmaster decided to show him how.
The Ha Ha Hairies all laughed. But Boris said people jumping through hoops is not funny.
Only clowns are funny.
I can't bear it. The Ha Ha Hairies have lost all their ha ha ha.
Calm down, Wiggy. It'll be all right. Just you wait and see.
So now it was time for Boise the Clown to be funny with a curly custard pie.
But Boise didn't want a face full of curly custard pie. So he ran, and Boris ran after him.
And then this happened. And the ringmaster's hair fell off. Only it wasn't a ringmaster. It was Boris.
Boris Boo Hoo had played a joke on them. Brilliant! That's what clowns are meant to do.
Yes, they all agreed that Boris made the perfect circus clown.
And they all laughed and laughed.
So Boris ended up being the clown after all.
Yeah, and he has to pretend that it was all one big joke.
So Ma put the clown's wig on Boris.
Whoops! And Minnie became the ringmaster.
It was time to celebrate with a hairy shake.
You're gonna shake, 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 shake. You wanna shake, 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 shake. Get ready to shake, 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 shake with me. Do the hairy shake with me. And you shake it up high, and you shake it to the ground.
And you shake it to the side, and you shake around.
Then you shake your fingers, and you shake your feet. And you do the hairy shake to the hairy shaking beat with me.
Do the hairy shake with me.
Do the hairy shake with me.
Do the hairy shake with me.
it was a happy hairy circus after all.
Yeah, and Boris Boo Hoo got what he deserved, which made it even better.
Story over. Now it's time for the Hairy Fairy Circus. And our first act is Quiff, the juggler. Oh, go on. Quiff the juggler.
I haven't got anything to juggle.
I've had this brilliant idea, Quiff. Quiff, stop.
Oh, hello. Really good to see you.
Hi there. Excuse me. Quiff, I was talking to you.
Oops. Sorry, Wiggy. So, what's the brilliant idea then?
Okay, ready? My brilliant idea is to paint the Hairy Fairy Tree House.
Paint the Hairy Fairy Treehouse? Why?
Because I wanted to look all bright and colourful.
Oh, remember when Boris Boo Hoo tried something like that?
Yes, I do. No, I don't.
Okay, I'll start the story and you join in when you remember. It all began one bright sunny morning in Hairy...
I remember. It all began one bright sunny morning in Hairyland. And up on the hill in Chateau Shampoo, someone was still in bed. Can you guess who?
Boris Boo Hoo, what's he gonna do?
We were in the hairy cactus tree, looking through the window.
Boris Boo Hoo looks really miserable.
He always looks miserable.
Yes, but today he looks even miserabler.
I don't think miserabler is a word, Wiggy. Boris was feeling miserable because his life was dull. The shampoo factory was dull, and his bedroom was really dull.
But suddenly, he had an idea.
If he had a bright new bedroom, maybe that would brighten him up too. And then he'd be the happiest person in Hairyland.
Boris leapt out of bed. He was going to make it happen. Yes, this was going to be the day Boris got a bright new bedroom. But was Boris going to decorate his bedroom himself?
Of course he wasn't. He rang the Boise bell.
And Boise Boo Hoo came running in.
Boris told Boise his plan for a bright new bedroom.
Then he started bossing Boise about. They began getting the room ready for painting.
Or rather, Boise began getting the room ready for painting.
Boris Boo Hoo is the lazyfullest person in Hairyland.
Lazyfullest, Wiggy? That's not a word either. Boise was just moving a plant when he heard someone laughing in the garden. Someone he liked a lot.
Minnie Ha Ha!
And when Boise saw Minnie, he waved and dropped the plant.
Minnie asked Boise to come and do some gymnastics with her.
And Boise never says no to Minnie Ha Ha.
Boise pleaded with his dad to let him go and see Minnie.
And Boris gave in.
Arabasharabala.
But now Boris would have to find someone else to decorate his bedroom.
But who? Time to look through his hairy starey.
Boris saw Nana Ha Ha painting in her arty den.
Well, that wasn't surprising. Nana's always painting.
Nana would be the perfect person to decorate his bedroom for him.
So now what Boris needed was a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can.
He needs a plan, he needs it quick.
He needs to plan a clever trick.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
And Boris Boris's plan was this.
He went to see Nana and told her what a fantastic artist she was. The greatest artist in Hairyland.
We'd followed Boris so we could see what he was up to.
Next, he made a huge fuss of Nana's latest painting.
Which was odd, because Nana's latest painting was of...
Chihuahua!
And we all know Boris Boo Hoo hates Chihuahua.
But now he pretended to love him and to love the picture of him.
Then Boris went on to the next bit of his plan.
If only his bedroom looked as bright and cheerful as Nana's arty den.
If only there was somebody who could decorate it for him.
And kind-hearted Nana fell right into Boris's trap.
She'd decorate his bedroom for him. No problem.
Boris's plan was working, so he took Nana back to Chateau Shampoo on his clatterbanger, and we followed on our Papa Picky.
Boo Hoo, Clatterbanger's on his way home. And Nana Ha Ha is going to.
And Nana Ha Ha is going to.
Boris told Nana that he wanted plain white walls and everything looking clean and tidy.
But Nana wasn't listening. She just wanted to get started. There's loads to do. Is Boris going to help her?
What do you think? Nana handed Boris a paintbrush so he could help.
But Boris said he was far too busy to do any painting. He had to go and make shampoo, which was very, very tiring.
Then Nana had an idea. She picked up the hairy howler and made a call.
And very soon, who do you think had come to help her?
Ma and Pa Ha Ha!
I love Ma and Pa. They're the helpfulest people in Hairyland.
Helpfulest? Not a word, Wiggy.
Tis now. So while Boris put his feet up,
Nana, Ma and Pa set to work. The Ha Ha Hairies got out their brushes.
they got out the paper and paste.
They set to work on Boris's bedroom. No time to waste.
No time to waste.
Paint, 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 glue, glue, glue. Everybody helps, so much to do. Paint, 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 glue, glue, glue. Soon Boris's room will look like new.
But they couldn't decide on a colour.
What colour to put on the wall?
Orange or crimson.
Purple or blue?
Oh!
Said Nana.
Let's have them all!
Paint, 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 glue, glue, glue. Everybody helps, so much to do. Paint, 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 glue, glue, glue. Soon Boris's room will look like new. Paint, 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 glue, glue, glue. Everybody helps, so much to do. Paint, 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 glue, glue, glue. Soon Boris's room will look like new.
Yeah!
But lazy Boris Boo Hoo had no idea what was going on in his bedroom.
Because he'd fallen asleep.
Just then, Boise and Minnie arrived.
They suddenly heard the laughter coming from Boris's bedroom.
They burst in and saw that Boris's bedroom looked like this.
It was covered in pictures of Chihuahua.
Everyone loved the pictures. Boise said thank you lots and lots of times.
Then he had an idea. He told them to wait right there.
Boise rushed into the shampoo factory. His dad was fast asleep, so he didn't want to wake him.
Boise picked up as many bottles of Boo Hoo shampoo as he could carry. and was just tippy-toeing out when he did this.
And Boris woke up.
Ah, his bedroom should be finished by now.
He was so excited about his new bedroom, all clean and white and bright.
Boise gave Boo Hoo shampoo to the Ha Ha Hairies to say thank you for all their help.
But at that moment, Boris flew up the stairs, threw open the door full of excitement about his bright new bedroom. I think he asked for plain white walls.
Uh-oh.
And Boris had wanted plain white walls, not walls covered in chihuahuas.
The Ha Ha Hairies all pointed to the Chihuahua pictures. They knew Boris loved Chihuahua.
Boris must have hated all those chihuahuas on the walls.
Oh, yes, because Boris doesn't like Chihuahua at all.
No. So, you ready to paint the hairy fairy treehouse then?
Yep, let's go for it. Paint, 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 glue, glue, glue.
Soon our treehouse will look like new.
That was some trip, Quiff. I'm so hot and so tired.
Oh, me too. Couldn't walk another step.
Oh, hi. We've just climbed all the way up Floppy Mop Mountain.
Wiki smells a bit whiffy. She could do with a bath.
I heard that.
What I meant was, why don't you relax in a tub of Boo Hoo bubble bath?
You never know what's in Boo Hoo Bubble Bath.
You're right there. Remember that time, Boris?
I do. Oh, let me tell them.
Okay.
Well, this is all about Boris. So, it all started up at Chateau Shampoo. Someone had been shopping. Can you guess who?
Boris Boo Hoo, what's he gonna do? And Boris was quite excited about it.
We were watching from our hidey pipes.
Boris had bought
3 huge cans of bristly beans.
He showed them to Boise.
Boris had plans for these beans.
Money-making plans.
Oh, neat. Plans to make bristly bean bubble bath. Relax, forget all your troubles. Lie in a bath of blue bubbles. Bubbles made from bristly beans. Scrub your skin until it's clean. Then you come into you from Boris Boo Hoo.
Boris needed Boise's help.
The bubble bath making was about to begin.
Because this was the day of bubbles and beans. But someone else in Hairyland was busy making something. It was Nana outside her arty den.
Nana's always making something. Well, you know what she's like. Nana's a Hairyland artist. Nana can draw like a dream.
Spray, she can glue,
She can do collage too.
and sometimes she paints with ice cream.
Yes, ice cream. Nana's always laughing. But if she goes too far, she lifts off her toes and up she goes. Yes, up goes Nana.
Up goes Nana, up goes Nana, ha ha. And today, Nana had made this.
A wacky water fountain. Made out of old bottles all collected by Pa.
Ha thought Nana's wacky water fountain was wonderful.
And so did Nana. But it wasn't finished yet.
Pa wanted Ma to see the wacky water fountain, so off he went to find her.
Now, back in the factory at Chateau Shampoo.
Boris and Boise had been hard at work, and now the bristly beans were just a tub of hairy orange gunge.
But Boris needed one extra thing to make his bristly bean bubble bath bubble. Water!
And he told Boise to turn on the tap.
But Chateau Shampoo had run out of water. There wasn't a drop left.
No water, no bubbles.
No bubbles, no money.
Boris had to get water from somewhere. He needed a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can.
He needs a plan, he needs it quick.
He needs to run a clever trick.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
And Boris's plan was to go to the curly swirly meadow and get some water from Ringlet River.
We came along to watch.
And landed in the Whiffy Woffy tree.
Boise poured some water in, and sure enough, the bubble bath started to bubble. It doesn't get any better now it's bubbly, does it?
Ew.
But just then, who should come along but...
Minnie Ha Ha and Chihuahua Ha. And when Boise saw Minnie, he spilled away his water.
Minnie asked Boise to help her take Chihuahua for a walk.
And Boise never says no to Minnie, so off he went.
Leaving Boris feeling very cross and rather wet.
We decided to go and see Nana's wacky water fountain.
Papa Ricky, Ricky, Papa me round hairy land.
Round hairy land.
I am quick
And I am Wiggy
With a hairy fairy band.
At last, Nana's wacky water fountain was finished.
and we landed in her hairy apple tree.
Nana loved her fountain. She sat down to admire it from her bushy bed. But she was so tired, she fell asleep.
But there was trouble ahead.
Boris was on his way back to Chateau Shampoo when he saw Nana's wacky water fountain.
And he had an idea.
Those bottles were just what he needed for his new bristly bean bubble bath.
Boris crept over to the fountain where Nana slept, turned off the water and helped himself to a bottle.
Then another one.
Soon he had armfuls of bottles.
Oh, Nits! Boris is spoiling Nana's wacky water fountain.
Boris Boo Hoo, you're bad right through who.
Boris was busy filling up the bottles with bubble bath when he heard someone coming.
It was Chihuahua, Boise and Minnie. And Nana had woken up.
Boris was hiding.
They thought the wacky water fountain was wonderful.
But Nana knew straight away that some bottles were missing. Where could they be?
Boise and Minnie said they'd help Nana look for them. They couldn't have gone far.
Boris couldn't let Nana see him with her bottles. So he ran out from behind the bush.
He went into a panic.
The kind of panic that makes you trip up and throw bottles. Whoops! I just knew that was going to happen.
Boris's bubbles were all over Nana's wacky water fountain.
Just then, Ma and Pa arrived.
Boris pretended to be pleased to see them.
They were pleased to see Boris.
Then Nana, Minnie and Boise and Chiwa came back.
Boris pretended to be pleased to see them. Then Nana saw her wacky water fountain covered in bubbles.
Who did that?
It wasn't the Ha Ha Hairies.
It was Boris. That's why he took the bottles, to fill them with bubble bath.
Nana was so happy. What a kind friend Boris is.
It wasn't a wacky water fountain. It was a bristly bean bubbler.
Boise was so proud of his dad.
The Ha Ha Hairies started playing with the bubbles.
Nana laughed so much she couldn't keep her feet on the ground.
Up she went. Up. Up. Up.
Until Boise managed to help her down again.
Boris was furious. All his bristly bean bubble bath wasted on the Ha Ha Hairies.
One day he'd show them. Just you wait. Just you wait. I so love it when Boris's greedy plans go wrong.
Yeah, me too.
Quiff, why are you holding your nose? I don't smell that bad.
You don't think? Come on, Whippy Wiggy Wigster. It's bath time.
Quiff, can you stop, please? Oh, hi. Don't you find whistling really annoying? Quiff!
What?
The whistling. Tiny bit annoying.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're here. Sorry about the whistling.
It's not that whistling's always annoying.
No, the bristly whistler's whistling isn't annoying.
But then that's a bird, not a fairy.
But even the bristly whistler's whistling annoyed someone we know.
Yikes! It so did. We'll tell you all about it. Quiff can start, then he'll have to stop whistling.
The story starts at Chateau Shampoo, where someone was sleeping. Can you guess who? Boris Boo Hoo. What's he gonna do? Who?
It was early morning, and Boris was snoring.
Outside, in the hairy cactus tree, was the bristly whistler.
Whistling so sweetly.
We were sitting in the big blue barrel, listening to him. Oh, I wish I could whistle like that.
I wish you could too, Quiff.
Boris was horrified. How dare the bristly whistler wake him up with all his whistling?
Oh yes, this was the day the bristly whistler whistled for Boris.
Boris was furious. He wanted to get rid of this annoying bird. He's trying to scare the bird away, Wiggy, not us.
Oh, okay, right. You can put me down again, Quiff. Thank you.
Boris couldn't get rid of the bristly whistler. He looked through his hairy starey to see if he could get an idea.
And he saw Boise with Minnie Ha Ha and Chiwa Ha Ha in his garden. Boris Boris doesn't like Chihuahua because he always barks at him. And Boris hates it when Chihuahua barks at him. But it gave him an idea.
If Chihuahua barked, then that would scare off the bristly whistler for sure. How could he make Chihuahua bark? But not at him.
Minnie and Boise were so busy playing with Chihuahua that they didn't see Boris tippy-toeing into the garden.
Or hiding behind the hairy cactus tree.
Boris decided to meow like a cat. Meow. Surely all dogs barked at cats.
But not Chihuahua.
Up in the tree, the bristly whistler was eating hairy berries and spitting the pips onto Boris.
Boris jumped out of his hiding place. How dare the bristly whistler spit pips on him?
Minnie and Boise were very surprised to see Boris in the garden in his night clothes.
And you can guess what Chihuahua did.
Minnie and Boise thought Boris was having fun with Chihuahua, but he wasn't. And did the barking stop the bristly whistler whistling? No, it did not.
Then Minnie saw the bristly whistler. She told Boris how lucky he was to have a bristly whistler in his hairy cactus tree.
Boise thought maybe they should play with Chihuahua somewhere else. So off they went to the Ha Ha Hairies' house.
Boris was furious. But then he stopped being furious because he had an idea.
If Minnie liked the bristly whistler, then she could have the bristly whistler.
What Boris needed was a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can.
He needs a plan, he needs it quick.
He needs to plan a clever trick.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
And Boris's plan was this.
He knew the bird liked hairy berries. So he was going to use a hairy berry to get the bristly whistler into the box. Oh, miss!
Now all he had to do was get the bristly whistler to the Ha Ha Hairies' garden.
And we decided to go too.
Follow me round hairy land.
Round hairy land.
I am quick.
And I am Wiggy.
With a hairy fairy band.
Boris tippy-toed through the curly swirly meadow where Nana Ha Ha was painting.
Then he tippy-toed through the hairy apple orchard where Pa Ha Ha was picking hairy apples.
Meanwhile, back in the Ha Ha Hairies' garden, Ma was pegging out the washing.
Boris arrived and tippy-toed behind the bumblebee bush.
Luckily, no one saw us land in the flower bed.
Ma was just hanging up Pa's pants when we popped up. Boris came out from behind the bumblebee bush, opened the box, and out hopped the bristly whistler.
Just then, Minnie and Boise came outside.
So Boris ran off.
Ma saw the bristly whistler.
On Pa's pants.
Shush!
Whistle like a bristly whistler.
Whistle like a bristly whistler.
Everybody loves a whistler bird.
It's the whistliest whistle you ever heard.
If you see a whistler, you mustn't say a word.
just let it go.
Whistle like a bristly whistler. Whistle like a bristly whistler bird.
Now, back at Chateau Shampoo, poor Boris was exhausted. He closed his eyes and was just about to go to sleep when...
The whistling started all over again.
As one by one, 4 baby bristly whistlers hatched.
As soon as the babies saw Boris, they thought he was their mother.
Boris ran. They followed. He had to get them to their real mother.
And we know where she was, don't we?
So he tippy-toed through the curly-swirly meadow where Nana Ha Ha was painting.
And the baby bristly whistlers followed.
Then he tippy-toed through the hairy apple orchard where Pa Ha Ha was picking hairy apples.
And the baby bristly whistlers followed.
And when he got to the Ha Ha Hairies garden, he was so hot and bothered because the baby bristly whistlers wouldn't leave him.
And Ma had to fan him with Pa's pants. Pa's pants!
What's so funny about pants?
Minnie was so happy. She introduced the babies to their real mother.
But they still thought Boris was their mother. So he tried to hide.
Under Pa's pants.
But just then, this happened. As soon as the babies heard the whistling, they knew who their real mother was.
Boise offered to take them all back to their nest.
Yay!
Ma thanked Boris. How kind of him to bring the baby birds back to their mother.
And soon they were all back where they belonged.
And so was Boris.
Whistle like a bristly whistler.
Well, better.
Little bit, maybe.
I think I just need loads of practice.
Really?
You know what they say, Wiggy? Practice makes perfect.
I am so tired, Quiff.
But you can't be tired, Wiggy. We've got to clean the hairy fairy treehouse, remember?
Oh, I can't, Quiff. I'm too tired. Tired, see?
Oh, hi there. Wiggy's being really lazy today.
I am not lazy. Tell him I'm not lazy. I'm just tired.
What is she like? Watch this. OK, fine, Wiggy. But remember what happened the time someone else we know was too lazy to do the cleaning?
Yes, I do. This is hilarious. Listen, you see... Well, it all started up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo with, I bet you've guessed who.
Boris Boo Hoo, what's he gonna do? Boris was trying to clean up his very dirty factory, and he wanted Boise to help. But Boise was too busy having fun.
We were watching from our hidey pipes. Boris wasn't in the mood for fun.
He was in the mood for dusting. But just then, Boise put the bucket down, and this happened.
I don't think dusting's his thing.
No.
And dusting wasn't Boris's thing. He gave up.
It was all too tiring for Boris.
He was far too lazy to do the cleaning.
And Boise was far too busy having fun to do the cleaning. So who was going to help Boris? Because today was the day of the big clean-up.
Maybe Boris would see something in Hairyland to give him an idea.
He looked through the hairy staring, and guess what he saw? Ma Ha Ha! He saw Ma coming through his garden. Ma Ha Ha! She's got a heart of gold.
A ha ha heart of gold.
A ha ha heart of gold. She's always having fun
There's fun for everyone.
under the hairy sun. She's got a heart of gold.
Ma's got a heart of gold.
A ha 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 heart of gold.
Boris had an idea.
Ma could clean up Chateau Shampoo for him.
But how could he get her to do it? Huh?
What he needed now was a plan. Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs a plan, he needs it quick.
He needs to plan a clever trick.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
Boris's plan was to pretend to be sick so that Ma would clean his factory.
Boise was still enjoying messing about with the mop when Ma arrived. She was always pleased to see Boise.
She'd made hairy pear pie and all sorts of treats.
Ah, she wants him to go on a picnic.
Can we go, please?
Depends what Boris is planning. Boise couldn't wait to go on the picnic. But Ma wondered where Boris was.
Boise said he was in his bedroom. So Ma went upstairs to ask Boris if Boise could come on the picnic.
Let's go and see what he's up to. And there was Boris, in bed.
Boise was surprised. Ma was worried. Poor Boris, he wasn't well.
She put the picnic basket down next to him. Boris can smell hairy pear pie in the basket.
Yep, today just got even better for him.
Ma started to fuss over him.
But Boris begged her to clean the factory. He was too ill to do it himself and couldn't bear the place in such a terrible mess.
But Ma said that now wasn't the time for that.
Now was the time to make Boris better.
Biscuit!
Boris was desperate for pie.
But Boise said no and went to find Ma.
Ma rang Pa on the hairy howler.
She told him to bring some hairy turnips up to Chateau Shampoo. They were going to make hairy turnip tonic.
Hairy turnip tonic is disgusting.
Yeah, but Ma thinks it makes people better.
I think it'll make Boris sick, like this.
Unnecessary.
Boris couldn't wait any longer for a bit of hairy pear pie, but just then...
Ma said they were making him turnip tonic to get him better.
Now it was time for the turnip tonic making to begin.
Tip the turnips into the pot. into the pot.
How many have we got?
Don't know for sure,
But there's a heck of a lot of hairy turnips in the pot.
Now mash 'em,
bash 'em.
squirt 'em up and smash 'em.
Hairy turnips are turning to mush.
Mash 'em,
Bash 'em,
squirt 'em up and smash 'em.
Add more water and look at the slush.
so crush it.
Slush it.
Mix it up and mash it.
Hairy turnip tonic is looking swell.
Crush it.
Flush it.
Mix it up and mash it.
Hairy turnip tonic will make poor Boris swell.
Soon, Ma was giving Boris a big spoonful of hairy turnip tonic. Blech.
Boris tried again with the duster, but Ma wouldn't hear of it. They had to get him better first.
But Boris said he'd never get better if his factory wasn't clean. And he pretended to cry.
Nobody wanted to see Boris upset, but cleaning just wasn't important right now.
So Ma had an idea. An idea to cheer him up.
Boise had an idea too. He thought he'd do a little dance to cheer Boris up.
But it didn't work.
He wanted the cleaning done.
Ma got on the hairy howler to Nana and told Nana that Boris wasn't well. Boris's plan wasn't working. So he thought that if he started to try to do the cleaning, then Ma would take over. Ma and Pa were stirring the hairy turnip tonic again and waiting for Nana and Minnie.
And they didn't have to wait long.
Bye! Boise was so pleased to see Minnie. And you know what happens when Boise's pleased to see Minnie.
Oh, why did I know that was going to happen? Nana arrived, and just then the bedroom door flew open.
Boris came downstairs with a duster and the broom, hoping that someone would take over from him.
But they all told him to go back to bed.
Boris's acting got worse and worse, and then suddenly he tripped on the bucket and went head first into the turnip tonic.
He's covered in hairy turnip tonic.
Later, Boris was tucked up in bed and being cheered up by Nana.
Suddenly, she had an idea. So she picked up the duster and did this.
Ma said it was time for them to go.
So off they went to enjoy their picnic, taking the hairy pear pie with them. Boris said Nana could go too. He was better now.
But Nana said no. She'd stay until he was up and about again and well enough to do the cleaning.
Anyway, Wiggy, you aren't sick, so we should go inside and do the cleaning.
Well, actually, I do feel a little bit not well.
Really?
Yes, just a little bit.
Well, I'm sure you'll be better if I make you some hairy turnip tonic.
No!
Or I could tickle you.
Stop it, Wiggy!
I know what you need, Wiggy. A hairy berry.
Wow, that's a whopper!
Yeah.
Hello!
Oh, she means hello. Hey, Wiggy, do you remember those huge hairy vegetables in Hairyland?
Yes! Enormous!
She said they were enormous. And she'd be right.
tell you all about it. Okay, so... This story begins at Chateau Shampoo with someone you know. Can you guess who?
Boris Boo Hoo, what's he gonna do? Boris had grown a big hairy beanstalk.
It was covered in huge hairy beans. And he thought it was amazing. Boise thought it was amazing too.
And then Boris showed Boise why it was so amazing and fun.
He watered it with special Boo Hoo Make Your Hair Grow shampoo. And...
It grew before their eyes. It grew.
Boris Boo Hoo had never been so happy in his life. 'Cause this was the day Boris grew a mean hairy bean.
Boris wanted to show off his big bean.
And who does he love showing off to most? The Ha Ha Hairies.
So he told Boise to go and fetch them right away.
Boise loved the idea because it would mean that he'd get to see Mini Ha Ha. So he skippity-skipped off.
Oh, Boris couldn't wait to show off to the Ha Ha Hairies.
The thing was, the Ha Ha Hairies had grown some fun vegetables of their own.
We were watching from the window box, and just then, this happened.
Mini Ha Ha came bouncing in on a huge hairy pumpadong. Pumpadong, 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 pumpadong.
And at that moment, Boise arrived and saw Minnie.
And you know what happens when Boise sees Minnie?
Boris was impatient. Come on, Boise! Ask them to come and see my bean!
But Boise had forgotten about the bean. He was too busy pumpadonging on the pumpadong. Pumpadong, 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 pumpadong. I'd like to bounce on a pumpadong quiz.
Me too.
Pumpadong, pumpadong, pump. Oops!
Boris could see that Boise had forgotten about his bean.
Then Boris saw all Pa's hairy veggies.
And he felt very cross and very jealous.
Boris was sure his bean was much better than any of Pa's veggies.
It was a bean that could win prizes.
So how could Boris show off his mean hairy bean to the Ha Ha Hairies?
What he needed was a plan. Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs to plan a big surprise.
He needs to plan his next disguise.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
Mr. Muckbucket, the judge of all hairy vegetables.
He was going to pretend to judge the veg in Hairyland. That way, he could make his bean win.
So, a little bit later in the Ha Ha Hairies garden, they were all so excited when Mr. Muckbucket came to judge their veg.
But Chihuahua knew it was Boris.
Oh! And here comes Nana Ha Ha.
Nana arrived with a huge, hairy, purple plopper plant.
Everyone loved it.
Pa decided to sit on the plopper plant.
Then Ma asked Mr. Muckbucket to sit on the plopper plant.
And then Ma sat on the plopper plant.
And then this happened.
Then Minnie and Boise went flippity-flop on the plopper plant until Boris said, "Stop! This is serious!" He was here to judge.
And so he started his judging. Pa Ha showed him his hairy cabbage. Too hairy.
Then he showed him his hairy tomato. Too squishy.
Then he showed him his hairy marrow. Too green. He doesn't like any of their fun veg.
Course not, because he's going to make his bean win the prize.
Oh, that is so not fair.
Boris said they should come with him to Chateau Shampoo if they wanted to see a really amazing vegetable.
He said Boris Boo Hoo had a hairy vegetable to beat all hairy vegetables.
So off they went, following Mr. Muckbucket. All except for one of them.
Who knew that Mr. Muckbucket was Boris?
We wanted to see Boris's amazing vegetable too, so we decided to go on our Papa Picky.
Papa Picky, Papa Picky, Papa Picky, 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 follow me round hairy land.
Round hairy land.
I am quick
And I am Wiggy
with a hairy fairy brand.
When the Hairies got to Chateau Shampoo, they couldn't see Boris anywhere.
But Mr. Muckbucket said that Boris was too shy to come out. He wouldn't want to show off.
They all thought that was really sweet.
We landed in the hairy cactus tree.
Mr. Muckbucket led everyone to Boris's mean hairy bean.
Whoa! That is one mean bean, Wiggy.
Yeah, but I like Nana's plopper plant better. You can't go flippity-flop on a bean.
And then Mr. Muckbucket showed them all what happened when you watered Boris's bean with Boo Hoo Make Your Hair Grow shampoo. That is one mean bean climbing up to the window ledge. That is one mean bean and one fun veg.
What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful bean. The most beautiful bean I've ever seen. What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful bean. What a beautiful bean and a fun veg. What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful
one mean bean
The most
climbing up to
beautiful bean
the
I've
window
ever
ledge.
seen. What a
That
bean, what a bean,
is
what a
one
beautiful
mean bean.
What a
One
beautiful
mean
bean and a fun veg.
What a beautiful bean, what a beautiful bean, what a beautiful bean, and one fun veg.
Mr. Muckbucket decided that Boris Boo Hoo should win the prize.
But because Boris was so shy, he'd give the trophy to Boise instead.
Oh, this is even more not fair. Boo, bad Boris. He's a big cheat.
Calm down, Wiggy. It'll be okay.
Then the Ha Ha Hairies asked Boise to come back with them to flippity-flop on their hairy plopper plant.
And to Pumpadong on their hairy Pumpadong.
So off they went. Boris was so happy. He'd won the trophy.
But then this happened.
The bean grew and grew, and it started to chase Boris.
Then it wrapped itself round his feet. Round and round and round it went.
Boris had grown a really mean bean.
Back in the Ha Ha Hairies garden, they didn't mind that they hadn't won a prize.
Nope, because they were all having fun with hairy veg. Well, I had a lot of fun with that hairy berry. Yeah.
Me too. But Boris didn't get any fun at all out of that, did he?
He never does.
Show-offs never get to have fun.
But fairies do.
Oh yeah, fairies do. when you're driving round corners, you have to slow down. I mean, really slow. Oh, Wiggy? Hi there. You haven't seen Wiggy, have you? She was just there a moment ago, and now she's disappeared.
Woo! Oh, spooked you, spooked you.
Wiggy, don't do that. It's not Hairy Spooks Day yet.
I know, but it is nearly Hairy Spooks Day. I'm just practicing being a hairy spooklet.
Oh, no, not again. Not after last time. You won't believe this.
Oh, I'm telling it. This is a spooky story all about me. It was Hairy Spooks Day in Hairyland. Hairy Spooks Day is the day when everyone tries to spook each other, just for fun.
So the Ha Ha Hairies were going to Hairy Town to buy some spooky things.
Off they went in the Fluffer-Puffer-Poo.
They're going on a journey in the Fluffer-Puffer-Poo.
Poo, poo.
Poo, poo,
They're going on a journey in a happy hairy group.
poo, poo.
Poo, poo.
They zoom, zoom, zoom through Hairyland. They huff, 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 chop through the forest of trees. Oh, they're going on a journey in the Fluffer-Puffer-Poo. Poo, poo, zoom, zoom, whiz, whiz. Poo, poo, zoom, zoom, whiz, whiz.
But up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo, someone was bored. Can you guess who?
Boris Boo Hoo, what's he gonna do? Who?
Boris didn't like Hairy Spooks Day, so he decided to stay in his factory.
We were watching him from our hidey pipes.
Boris Boo Hoo is no fun, is he?
Nope, he's just mean and lazy and jealous and greedy.
He'll never change, not in a million hairy years.
He might, though, if he met a hairy spooklet and they told him to change.
That's never going to happen. You do know hairy spooklets don't actually exist.
Are you sure, Quiff?
Huh? So there we were in the factory, watching Boris sleeping, which was quite boring, when suddenly...
Woo!
Boris woke up. He couldn't believe his eyes. What was that? Surely it wasn't, or was it?
Yes, this was the day Boris met a hairy spooklet.
Only it wasn't really a hairy spooklet.
No, it was me, hiding under a cloth.
No, stop. And then Wiggy started to talk like a hairy spooklet. She was trying to get Boris Boo Hoo to change his ways. First, she told Boris he had to stop pretending to be other people and throw away all his disguises.
Boris didn't like that idea one hairy bit. You know how he loves his disguises.
Ba-da-ba-da!
But Boris was so scared, he decided he'd better do as the hairy spooklet said.
So he rushed off to his bedroom.
Wiggy, what were you doing?
That was fun.
Not for me, it wasn't. Enough now. No more hairy spookleting.
But I've only just started.
Boris put all his disguises into rubbish sacks, and we watched him from the bedside table.
See, he's changed.
OK, so he's got rid of his disguises, but I bet he's still as lazy as ever.
And Quiff was right. Boris wanted someone else to shift all the sacks for him. So he rang the Boise bell.
And Boise came running in.
Harabala, sharabala.
Boris told him to take all the sacks away, but he mustn't peek inside.
You see, Boise doesn't know anything about Boris's disguises.
Harabala.
Boris lay down on the bed for a rest.
What did I say? Lazy as ever.
I'm going to have to do something about this. Good job I brought my spooklet costume.
Boris Boo Hoo was trying not to think about the hairy spooklet when... There it was again! Oh no! Now Wiggy was telling Boris to stop being so lazy. No more making other people do all the work.
And Boris remembered all the times the Ha Ha Hairies had helped him.
Boris knew he had to do as the hairy spooklet said, or he'd never get rid of her.
At that moment, Boise came back to collect the rest of the sacks.
But Boris said he'd finished the job. Boise must rest.
Boise thought his dad was being very odd. Was something wrong?
Yes! Boris had seen a hairy spooklet and she'd talked to him.
Boise thought his dad must have been imagining it. There are no such things as hairy spooklets.
Oh, that was close. Boise nearly caught you then.
Ha ha, he can't catch me. Later, in the shampoo factory, Boris was feeling out of sorts. His head hurt, and he was still worried about the hairy spooklet.
Wiggy, where are you?
Boise wanted to cheer his dad up, so he brought him this.
A huge hairy pear pie.
Boise told his dad to stop worrying and eat pie.
Boris picked up the hairy pear pie and was about to take a huge, greedy bite when Wiggy did this. The hairy spooklet told Boris to stop being so greedy. He must give his hairy pear pie to the Ha Ha Hairies.
This was the hardest thing of all for Boris. You know how he loves hairy pear pie.
Oh, what is she like? Then Boise came back in with a drink for Boris.
Boris told Boise he was off to the Ha Ha Hairies' house to give them pie, because the spooklet had told him to. Come on, we've got to follow Boris.
No, Wiggy, no more hairy spookleting. I beg you, please.
The boo boo clatter bang is coming down the hill with a clatter bang, a bing, a bang, a bangity boo. The boo boo clatter bang is coming down the hill, and what is Boris going to do?
And what is Boris going to do?
Bing, a bang, a bangity boo. When Boris reached the Ha Ha Hairies' house, there was nobody home.
So he put the hairy pear pie on the table and sat down to wait for them to come back. Boris couldn't stop looking at the pie.
But then he remembered the hairy spooklet. If he didn't do as she said, she might come back and spook him again.
He's doing very well.
Wait and see, Wiggy. Wait and see. Boris Boo Hoo was trying so hard not to be greedy, but the hairy pear pie looked so good and smelled so good.
And before Boris could stop himself, he did this. Oh, Boris.
Boris had eaten the whole lot. And suddenly, he heard...
It was the Fluffer Poop. The Ha Ha Hairies were home.
Boris went into a panic.
The kind of panic that makes you hide under a tablecloth and pretend to be a hairy spooklet. So it's back to the disguises then.
The Ha Ha Hairies are coming. Hide.
The Ha Ha Hairies came in wearing their spooky things. They looked at each other. Somebody was trying to spook them. Who could it be?
Boris Boo Hoo! He'd spooked them, and they'd spooked him too.
The Ha Ha Hairies laughed and laughed.
Now Minnie was being a hairy spooklet, and Boris had made Hairy Spooks Day even better. It's a shame the hairy spooklet thing didn't work, Wiggy.
It nearly did, though. He nearly almost changed a bit. I should try again.
No thank you, Wiggy. You're enough trouble being a hairy fairy.
Woo!
Wiggy, not again. It's not going to work. I already know you're not a hairy spooklet. Oh, great ride! I love the Papa Picky. It's a top machine. What? What is it, Wiggy? Hi, sorry about this. Be with you in a sec. What's the matter?
I dropped it.
What? What did you drop?
The key to the Papa Piggy.
Oh! This is disastrous. It could be anywhere.
Yup. Hey, that reminds me. Speaking of keys.
We're not speaking of keys, Wiggy. We're losing keys.
Oh, remember the Ha Ha Hairies and the key.
Oh, how could I forget? Oh, you're going to love this.
You see, we were flying around Hairyland on our Papa Piggy, looking for adventure.
Papa Picky, pretty, pretty, follow me round Hairyland.
Round Hairyland.
I am quick.
And I am Wiggy
With a hairy fairy band.
Ha 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 had a surprise under his hairy rug.
When we flew into the garden and landed in the flower bed. Oh! Pa Ha Ha was looking very happy. Well, you know what Pa's like.
It's Pa.
It's Pa. It's Pa.
It's Pa. He's one big ha ha ha. Whatever he does,
Wherever he goes,
there's a ha ha ha.
And everyone knows it's
Pa with his ha.
He's all hard, hard, hard from the top of his head to the tip of his hairy toes.
That's Pa. Minnie Ha Ha arrived with Boise, and they wanted to know what Pa had under his hairy rug.
And Chihuahua wanted to know what Pa had under his hairy rug.
And Ma Ha Ha wanted to know what Pa had under his hairy rug.
And Nana Ha Ha wanted to know too.
Ma? And they were all about to find out.
It was his collection of old toys.
Yay! This was the day the Hairies got to play with Pa's old toys.
There was a hairy bear for Minnie,
A hairy ball for Boise.
a hairy horse for Ma,
And Nana got a hairy pedal papa.
Nana put her hairy helmet on and off she went on her pedal papa.
But up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo, someone wasn't having fun. Can you guess who?
Boris Boo Hoo, what's he gonna do?
Boris was cross because his clatterbanger was broken.
He was trying to mend it when he heard the laughter coming up the hill. He grabbed the hairy stairy and saw this.
Boris didn't want the broken old clatterbanger anymore. Now he wanted that pedal papa. He wanted it more than anything in the world.
Ow!
What Boris needed now was a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can.
He needs to plan a big surprise.
He needs to plan his next disguise.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
A duck!
Ba-da-ba-da!
Boris had disguised himself as a clockwork duck with a key in his back and everything.
Ha ha! Out of a shovel! Ah!
Back in the Ha Ha Hairies garden, Boise was having a go on the pedal papa. And nobody noticed the big duck tippy-toeing in.
Except us. Boris lay down behind the bumblebee bush.
He wanted Pa to find him and collect him.
But someone else found him first.
Boise pedalled over to see what Chihuahua was barking at.
Boise said there was a big duck.
A big duck, said everyone.
Of course, Boise had no idea it was his dad.
But Chihuahua knew. Pa took control. But when he saw the duck, he went...
Pa thought the duck was brilliant. A toy duck for his collection. And then he found the key.
Oh, even better! A clockwork duck!
Quack, 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 quack.
Wind it up,
Turn the key.
wind it up, and you will see.
Will it move?
Are we in luck?
Yes, it's gonna waddle like a duck. Waddle like a duck, waddle, 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 waddle like a duck. Go quack, quack, quack. Waddle like a duck, waddle, 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 waddle this way and waddle right back.
Wind it up, turn the key. Wind it up, and you will see. Will it move? Are we in luck? Yes, it's gonna waddle like a duck.
Waddle this way and waddle right back.
At the end of all that waddling, the duck was exhausted.
So was Nana, who had really taken a shine to the duck.
They all went inside to get some hairy pear juice.
Good. Now Boris is stuck.
Not so good. Nana's fallen asleep. Now was Boris's chance to get his hands on the pedal parper. But as soon as he got onto it, this happened.
Nana woke up and went...
And the others came outside. Boris couldn't escape, so he had to keep pretending to be a toy.
The Ha Ha Hairies couldn't believe that the clockwork duck was riding the pedal papa.
Boris stopped pedaling.
So Pa wound him up again.
And off he went.
Then he stopped again.
So Ma wound him up again.
And off he went.
Boris was heading straight for ours in the flower bed. He scooped. Yuck.
Boris crashed into the flower bed. But luckily, we'd escaped.
Whoops! Boris was exhausted, so he pretended to wind down. He got slower and slower and slower.
The Ha Ha Hairies thought the poor clockwork duck needed a nap. They led him to the bushy bed where he could lie down.
Pa went to mend the pedal parper wheel, and the others went inside to get the hairy pear juice.
Now was Boris's chance to run away.
Chihuahua chased him right out of the garden.
Everyone came outside when they heard Chihuahua barking. They looked around. The clockwork duck had gone.
But it had left something behind for them. The key!
Quack, 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 quack,
Wind it up,
Turn the key.
wind it up, and you will see.
Will it move?
Are we in luck?
Yes, it's gonna water like a duck. Water like a duck, like a duck. Water, 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 water like a duck. Go quack, quack, quack. Water like a duck, like a duck. Water, 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 water this way and water right back.
Back at Chateau Shampoo, Boris could still hear the sounds of the Ha Ha Hairies having fun.
And he still had a broken clatterbanger.
I got it! I got it! I found the key!
Oh, well done, Wiggy. Let's go for a Pop-a-Picky ride.
Nope! I'm going to wind you up.
Oh,
Now go on. Water like a duck.
oh, do I have to?
Yes, go on. I'm still winding.
Oh. Water like a duck, water, water, water.
Hairies!
Boo!
Were you trying to scare me, Quiff? Oh, he was trying to scare me, wasn't he?
I wasn't really. It was just a joke.
You can't scare me.
But you never know. I might get you one day.
Nah, you're so not scary. Even Boris Boo Hoo's scarier than you.
But Boris Boo Hoo's not scary at all.
I remember when Boris tried to be scary. It was hilarious.
We've got to tell you this one.
No, let me. I remembered it first. Well, it was another bright sunny day in Hairyland. Pa Ha Ha was digging his garden and looking very happy. Well, you know what Pa's like. It's Pa!
It's Pa. It's Pa.
It's Pa! He's one big ha-ha-ha. Whatever he does,
Wherever he goes,
there's a ha-ha-ha.
And everyone knows it's
Pa with his ha.
He's a ha-ha-ha from the top of his head to the tip of his hairy toes.
That's Pa!
Ma Ha Ha was picking hairy hairs.
And we were watching from the bumblebee bush. Oh, look at Ma and Pa. They always look so happy.
Happy and hairy. That's the way to be.
Ma and Pa were having a wonderful time because this was the day to be happy and hairy at home.
But up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo, somebody wasn't happy. Can you guess who? Boris Boo Hoo! What's he gonna do?
Boris wasn't happy because his factory was in a mess.
And Boise wasn't very happy either.
But then, Minnie Ha Ha arrived. Bye-bye! And you know what happens when Boise sees Minnie?
Minnie wanted Boise to play dressing up with her.
And Boise never says no to Minnie.
So off they went, leaving Boris in even more mess.
Boris Boo Hoo didn't want to spend the day in grotty old Chateau Shampoo.
He wanted to be somewhere tidy and beautiful.
Somewhere tidy and beautiful like the Ha Ha Hairies house.
Boris had an idea. What if he could spend the day in their tidy and beautiful house, relaxing in the garden, eating Ma's lovely food? Then maybe he'd be happy.
And hairy.
Though probably not.
Boris wanted the house all to himself, which meant he had to get the Ha Ha Hairies out of the way. And for that he needed a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs to plan a big surprise.
He needs to plan his next disguise.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
Ba-da-ba-da!
A scary alien.
A scary alien that would scare the Ha Ha Hairies out of their house. So, in no time at all, Boris the alien was tippy-toeing into the Ha Ha Hairies' garden, and he was ready to be really, really scary.
Is that funny blobby thing what I think it is?
Yep, it's one of Boris Boo Hoo's cunning plans.
It's one of his never going to work in a million hairy years plans.
When Boris was finally ready, he did this.
And that made Pa do this.
Ha 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 had never met an alien before. He was very excited.
And not at all scared, yep. Thought it was one of those never going to work in a million hairy years plans.
Well, he didn't scare Pa, but he might scare Ma.
You think?
Just then, Ma came out of the house, and Boris did this.
And that made Ma do this.
Like Pa, Ma wasn't at all scared of the alien.
Was I right or was I right? This plan is never going to work.
Soon, Ma was looking after the alien. Well, you know what Ma's like. Ma, ha, ha. She's got a heart of gold.
A ha ha heart of gold.
A ha, ha, heart of gold. She's always having fun.
There's fun for everyone.
Under the hairy sun. She's got a heart of gold.
Ma's got a heart of gold.
A ha 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 heart of gold. The alien was Ma's new best friend.
Boris couldn't get away. But then who should come out of the house but...
Chihuahua! He wasn't scared of the alien
the alien was scared of him.
because Chihuahua knew it wasn't an alien, it was Boris.
Told you so, told you so.
If you dance around too much, you'll fall out.
Oh,
Oh, told you so. Then Pa had an idea. They must take their new alien friend to Nana's arty den to meet Nana.
Ma thought this was a brilliant idea.
And so did Boris.
So we followed them to Nana's arty den.
Picky, picky, popper me round hairy land.
Round hairy land.
I am Quick
And I am Wiggy.
with a hairy fairy band. Woo!
We landed in the window box.
Inside, the alien was trying to scare Nana. But was Nana scared? She was not. She loved the alien.
He made her feel so happy and so hairy, she wanted to dance the hairy, hairy shake.
With her new friend, the alien, of course. 5, 6, 7, 8.
You're gonna shake, 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 shake. You wanna shake, 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 shake. Get ready to shake, 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 shake with me. Do the hairy shake with me. And you shake it up high, and you shake it to the ground.
And you shake it to the side, and you shake around.
Then you shake your fingers, and you shake your feet.
And you do the hairy shake to the hairy shake it beat with me.
Do the hairy shake with me.
You're gonna shake, 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 shake.
You wanna shake, 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 shake.
Get ready to shake, 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 shake with me.
Do the hairy shake with me.
Do the hairy shake with me.
Do the hairy shake with me.
The aliens dancing was so funny, it made Nana laugh and laugh and laugh.
And you know what happens when Nana laughs too much?
She floated up into the air. Now was Boris's chance to escape, so off he went.
The Ha Ha Hairies were sad to say goodbye to their alien friend.
But they weren't sad for long. They kept thinking of all the funny things he'd done, and it made them laugh and laugh and laugh.
We decided to follow Boris back to Chateau Shampoo.
He got out of his alien costume and came down the stairs. He saw the door was open.
Did he have visitors?
He didn't know that Minnie and Boise were hiding in their dressing up clothes until they did this.
Boris had forgotten all about Minnie and Boise playing dressing up. He was scared out of his
Minnie and Boise said, "It's us! It's us!" And Boris realised that they'd tricked him.
Boris Boo Hoo never learns, does he?
If only he wasn't so mean, he'd easily be as happy as the Ha Ha Hairies.
He'll never be as hairy as them, though.
Boo! I got you there.
That was the bumpiest landing I ever did, Quiff.
Yeah, it sure was. I think it might be good if I drive the Popper Picky next time.
Oh, no, Quiff. It isn't a good idea to change drivers. Not ever.
Oh, hi. What do you think? Do you think I should drive?
Say no, because it isn't a good idea. I mean, remember that time when Boris wanted Boise to drive the clatterbanger?
Might do.
Right. I'll tell you the story.
No, I'll tell them. What happened was we were driving round Hairyland.
Well, I was driving and Quiff was looking for adventure because he's good at that.
Popper Picky. Picky over me round Hairyland.
Round Hairyland.
I am Quick.
And I am Piggy.
With a hairy fairy band.
Now, in the Ha Ha Hairies garden, we saw a wah wah wheeler.
Ma was looking after a baby for a friend.
The baby had just stopped going wah 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 when we flew in and Wiggy landed the Popper Picky in the hairy pear tree. Slow down!
Sorry.
And the baby started wah wah wahing all over again.
So Ma came back.
That is one noisy baby. Wah wah wah!
The noisiest baby in Hairyland.
The crying went on and on and on. Oh yes, this was the day of the great wah wah wah.
At last, the baby stopped crying and Ma went back inside.
Now up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo, someone was busy. Can you guess who?
Hi, Silver!
Boris Boo Hoo, what's he gonna do? Boise Boo Hoo had just loaded up the clatterbanger with shampoo to take to Hairy Town.
Boris started to try to pedal, but the clatterbanger was so heavy. Then he had a thought.
Hairies!
He thought they should swap.
So Boise got on Boris's seat.
But there was a problem. Boise's seat was too small for Boris. How could he get Boise to pedal him to Hairy Town?
He grabbed his hairy stary to see if he could see anything in Hairyland that would give him an idea.
And what did he see? He saw the Wah Wah Wheeler.
Boris was very excited. He knew exactly what to do.
He would get hold of the Wah Wah Wheeler and fix it to his clatterbanger.
Boris told Boise to wait right there.
Boris set off for the Ha Ha Hairy house, and soon he was tippy-toeing into the garden.
He was so excited about the Wah Wah Wheeler.
He thinks it's empty.
When he finds out what's in there, he'll get a shock.
Told you.
I told you.
Boris suddenly realised that there was a baby in the pram. He didn't know what to do.
Just then, Ma came out because she heard the baby crying and she saw Boris.
Ma said she didn't know Boris liked babies, so Boris had to pretend that he did.
Boris is going to have to stop the baby crying.
I can't wait to see this with you.
And we were right. Boris was joining in the baby cage.
Then Minnie and Pa Ha Ha came outside, and they joined in too. Rock, rock, rock-a-bye, my little baby, don't you cry.
Don't you cry. Rock, rock, rock-a-bye, my little baby.
We're gonna rock just you and I.
Oh, coochie-coo, rock a little baby, you are.
You are.
You are. You are.
When you coochie-coo with Boris Boo Hoo, there'll be no more wah, 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 wah. We're gonna rock, rock, rock-a-bye, my little baby.
Don't you cry.
Don't you cry.
Rock, rock, rock-a-bye, my little baby.
We're gonna rock just you and I. Oh, we're gonna rock just you and I. Suddenly, everyone smelt a smell.
Wow! What's that pooey smell? Oh,
It was the baby.
So the Ha Ha Hairies said goodbye to Boris and went inside.
So now was Boris's chance to make off with the Wah Wah Wheeler.
But before he could, he heard...
Nana was coming. He couldn't have her seeing him with the pram. He had to hide.
But where? There was nowhere near. He needed a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs a plan, he needs it quick.
He needs to run a clever trick.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be? And Boris's plan was this.
He'd put on the baby's bonnet and jumped into the Wah Wah Wheeler.
That moment, Nana arrived.
Boris thought that if he cried, Nana would go and get Ma, and then he could escape with a pram.
But Nana didn't go and get Ma. She did this.
And Boris did this.
So Nana did this.
And Boris did this.
And Nana did this.
In the end, Nana thought that the only way to stop the wah-wah-wahs was to take the baby for a walk.
So she set off for the curly swirly meadow.
Up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo, Boise heard the noise and didn't know what to do.
He decided to go and find out what it was. And who knows, he might get to see Minnie.
Nana was wheeling the whopping great baby round the meadow and singing when Boise came over the bridge.
Boise looked in the pram and was amazed to see such a whopping great baby.
And the whopping great baby had gone to sleep. So it was time to take him back to the Ha Ha Hairies house.
Just as they parked the Wah Wah Wheeler, Ma came out with the baby.
And the baby was still crying.
Nana and Boise didn't understand. The baby was in the pram.
Then Minnie came out and Boise was so pleased to see her that he did this.
Out fell the whopping great baby. And the Ha Ha Hairies saw that the whopping great baby was Boris.
The Ha Ha Hairies thought that this was hilarious.
And the baby had stopped crying.
They told Boris that he'd cheered the baby up.
Good old Boris, they all said. And then decided to make it even funnier.
Oh no, Quiff! Look what's happening now!
Boris had even made the baby laugh. Brilliant!
Boise thought he had the funniest dad in the whole of Fairyland. And Boris never got his hands on the Wah Wah Wheeler.
Oh, so Boris had to pedal the clatterbanger to Hairy Town all by himself. He was worn out.
Yep, so you see, it's never a good idea to change drivers.
But I'm not Boris Boo Hoo, Wiggy, and the clatterbanger's not the Popper Picky.
Oh, but you're better looking for adventure.
I want to drive. I want to... Wow, 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 wow.